In today's video, we discuss how telemedicine startup kickback and fee-splitting laws are going to shape your healthcare venture. Hi, I'm Michael H. Cohen. I'm founding attorney of the Cohen Healthcare Law Group. We help healthcare industry clients just like you navigate healthcare and FDA legal issues so you can launch or continue to scale your health and wellness service or product. Today's case study is a healthcare startup that focuses on telemedicine, telehealth. From here, there are lots of variations, lots of twists and turns, but essentially we have a flow from the prospective client through an intake process led by a registered nurse or RN, where in this model, this scenario, the RN takes basic information and gets vitals and then uploads everything so the MD can review the notes, order the labs and prescriptions, and record diagnostic and treatment information into the online electronic chart. The entire system is very technologically driven, and the software, the app, contains all these dashboards for patients to self-monitor progress and input their own data. Now, this healthcare startup might focus on sleep disorders or anxiety or weight loss, fertility, anti-aging, geriatrics, brain care, men's health, women's health, reproductive health, sexual function, functional medicine, integrative health, athletic performance, or some other niche. The telemedicine company might have ancillary products and services, try to make money from labs, pharmaceutical prescriptions, consumer goods, juices, dietary supplements, exercise gear. We've heard a lot of variations. There might be injectables, HCG, testosterone pellets, IV cocktails, or some other variation. We are very familiar as attorneys with the many kinds of issues that these telemedicine startups raise in all their disguises. And we have kickback and fee splitting issues to deal with, which we canvass on our blog, cohenhealthcarelaw.com/blog, and many of these videos. We have your garden variety corporate practice of medicine issues. Whenever you have packages that roll in a variety of services and products, those issues will crop up. We have scope of practice issues depending on whether you include, for example, in addition to an MD, let's say an ND, your naturopathic doctor, or your chiropractor, a veterinarian, dentist, nutritionist, or even a non-licensed provider, like a health coach or someone who does Reiki, pre and post-pandemic, of course. If it's in person, and other issues like if you're a psychologist, an MFT, are you focusing your time as a health coach, trying to differentiate from your professional role? Then there are structural issues. For example, you might have an MSO structure if you're a telemedicine company and a PC, a professional corporation that's 100% owned by the MD, or at least in California, let's say majority 51% owned by MDs, and the minority share owned by certain other licensed clinicians, such as the RN. If you do that, you'll need a shareholders agreement governing the relationship between the clinical shareholders and the PC, and then another governing the relationship between the MSO shareholders, or if it's an LLC, the MSO members. Again, we're familiar, but there's a lot to think about. We've dealt with a lot of telemedicine, mobile medicine, digital health. We're talking about an MD, an RN, non-clinicians. We have the MSO, we have the PC. We know how to draft the management services agreement, or MSA, or sometimes it's a technology platform licensing agreement to clarify the responsibilities of the business as opposed to the professional clinical services arm, which is run by the MD or the RN or the chiropractor, psychologist, and so on. We might have other forms that we draft, like office policies, terms of use, privacy policy, consent forms, a bundle of other documents. We might draft a membership agreement by which we set out the terms under which the customers, who later become patients, agree to pay a fee for access to the professional services that they're about to get via the platform. So there's a lot to think about, which is, again, why we pitch the legal strategy session. It's actually a great opportunity for our clients to have an entry-level conversation with an attorney, map out the issues or issue spot, and come away with some foundational recommendations that can really help shape the business model. Well, thanks for watching. If you still have questions, click on the link below, cohenhealthcarelaw.com/contact, to send us a message or book an appointment. Here's to the success of your healthcare venture. We look forward to working with you soon.